Hello everyone. In this video lecture we will study the topic HRD audit in detail. So let's start with the video lecture. So first we will study the HRD audit. So audit in finance, the audit means the examination of the financial statements of the company, or we can say the examinations of books of accounts of a company. So in the same way the HRD audit is the financial audit. It consists of diagnosing, analyzing, evaluating, and assessing the future lines of actions within the framework of HRM. So, the HRD auditing is a basic tool for the management of a company. Its objective is not only the control and quantifying of results, but also the adoption of wider perspective that will aid in designing the future lines of actions in the HRD field. Thus, we can say that HRD audit must perform the two basic functions. First one is that it must be an MIS whose feedback provides the information about the situation in order to facilitate the development of managing processes or the development of HRD. On the other hand, it may be the way of controlling and evaluating the policies that are being applied as well as the established process. Uh, the HR audit helps in organizational strategy, achieving the goals, and also to benchmark the various performance data to ensure the continuous development of an organization. The HRD audit helps in developing the good business practices and, among others, provide best direction to an organization to achieve its strategic goals, optimizing cost and return on investment in all the HR initiatives, etc. Next, meaning and definitions of HRD. HRD audit means the methodological authentication of job analysis and design, recruitment and selection, direction and placement, training, performance appraisal, job evaluation of HR of the HR of the organization. Uh, HRD audit is useful to achieve the organizational goals and also is a vital tool which helps to assess the effectiveness of HR functions of the organization, which helps the company to remain competitive. Thus, the scope of HRD is large, which encompasses all HR functions, namely the managerial compliances of personal policies, procedures, and also the legal provisions. Thus, the HRD planning and staffing and audit of the HRD climate on employee motivation, moral, and job satisfaction. So, this is about the meaning. Next, the definition of HRD audit. So, HRD audit is defined as the process which helps the employees to acquire the new competencies through the process of performance planning, feedback, training, periodic review of performance, assessment of the developmental needs, and the creation of development opportunities through the training, job rotation, responsibility definition, and other mechanisms. Next is that HRD audit is also a kind of a comprehensive evaluation of human resource development practices in the organization and their appropriateness to achieve the short term and long term business goals of the organization. Thus, the HRD audit helps in many areas. First one under this is legal compliances. So HR is bound by various law. Non-compliances not only spark strained employee relation, even can drag an organization to a court of law. Systematic HR audit can ensure such compliance and benefit an organization to concentrate more on other strategic issues. Second area is that HRD audit and record keeping. HR record keeping is either electronically or through the paper document are very important. Improper record can give rise to legal complications, and organization may face complexities in the terms of of lawsuit, and also the fines are imposed in the organization. Thus, the systematic HR audit can prevent this by duly identifying the deficiencies in HR record keeping and suggest the better ways of record maintenance. Next area is that employee relation audit. So this type of audit encompasses the study of various aspects of employee relation through the structured surveys to map the employee's perceived level of motivation, moral, job satisfaction, etc. Though the HRD audit is used for getting an insight on employees' thinking on various policies and program is possible. Such a program or scheme are some like incentives, benefit plans, etc. Now there are the some salient features of HRD which are defined by the TV Rao. So under this, the first feature is that HRD audit is comprehensive. An audit team must consider the business plans and its corporate strategies from the very beginning. Thus, the HRD auditor needs to take into account where the company intended to be after a definite period of a time. The top management need to discuss these issues with the auditor, and the auditor need to examine the objective evidences and such as the long document as well. So therefore the auditor needs to access the skill base required to perform the new roles and the current skill base of HRD staff in a company in relation to various roles and role requirements. Second feature is that it examines the linkage with other system. So there is a linkage between HR and other functions such as production management, maintenance management, total quality management, personal policies, strategic planning, etc. in the organization. So an audit examines this linkage between HRD and other systems. So on the basis of this evaluation, HRD auditors suggest the future HRD strategies required by the company. Third feature is that it is a business driven. So HRD audit is a business driven and primarily focuses on fulfilling the objectives. Along with meeting the objectives, HRD audit evaluates HRD strategy, structure, system, staff, skills, styles and their appropriateness. Next is the objectives of HRD audit. First objective under this is to determine the effectiveness of management programs which facilitate the management to develop, allocate and monitor the human resources. Second objective is that to analyze the factor and recommend for correcting the deviations like the extent of banks deviations from HRD policies and intent of objective spelled out, achievements of performance standards, etc. Third objective is that to seek the explanation and information and answer the questions like what happened and why such happened. Fourth is that to the extent to which managers have compiled the HRD policies. Next one is that to study the current manpower inventory and identify the shortfall and excess in the organization. Next is some the prerequisite which is required to be maintained before before the HRD audit can be performed in an organization. Under this, first one is the legal compliances, means that in an organization all the rules and regulations which are framed by the government of India or by the state government will be followed in the organization. Next is employment and recruitment, means that in a company there must be a proper employment and there must be a regular recruitment of employees in the organization. Next is the employer relation. In an organization, before conducting HRD audit, there must be a proper or a good employee-employee relationship, and also there is a better employee and employer relationship in the organization. Next is record maintenance and technology upgradation. In an organization, before conducting HRD audit, there must be a proper record maintenance either in a manual or a paper format, or either in a MIS or a computer format, or there is a some kind of technology upgradation related to the record maintenance. Next is compensation and salary. In an organization, before conducting HRD audit, there must be a good compensation or a salary must be provided to the employees of an organization. Next is orientation. The employees must be oriented before actually they start working in the organization. Next is training and development. Here employees are given the proper training and development when there is a need of training and development to the employees. Next is communication, means that there is a proper communication between the employees and also between the top level, middle level and lower level executives, so that there must not be any communication barrier. Next is policies and procedures, means that all the policies and procedure must be properly formulated and properly implemented in the organization and must be known to each and every employee of the organization. So these are the prerequisites which must be maintained before conducting the HRD audit in the organization. Next is that the benefits of HRD audit. So HRD audit is a complete appraisal of active HRD structure, strategies, system, style, skills and culture, and their aptness to achieve the short term and long term goals of organization. So HRD audit begins with the comprehension of future business plans and corporate strategies. So it is one of the cost effective is a cost effective and can give the many insight into the company's dealing. Therefore, the HRD audit has several benefits as outlined by the TV Rao. According to him, the first benefit is establishing the strategic plans. So HRD audit begins with the strategic plans, which then roll down to the lower level. So this enables the employees to plan their own activities and eventually their competency development program. Second benefit is that describing the role of HRD department and line managers in HRD. So HRD audit is an important for an employees at the various level for current as well as the future development. However, enhanced role clarity of HRD department and HRD functions and increased understanding of line managers about their HRD role is an essential aspect of its success. Third benefit is that reformation of other management practices. Uh, HRD audit recognizes the strengths and weaknesses in some of the management systems existing in the organization. At the same time, it also point out the lack in the system that can augment human productivity and employment of existing capability, which in turn may have an effect on the performance of employees. Next benefit is superior recruitment policies and extra professional staff. So an HRD audit reveals the skill base required for smooth functioning of organization. It gives directions for the proficiency requirement of employees at the various level and provide a base for the recruitment policies and procedures, which results in strengthening the recruitment policies and procedures and helps in working out the new recruitment and retention strategies. Fifth benefit is that altering the style of top management. So one of the objective of HRD is to create the learning organization by making the top management of the company exhibit a developmental style of management. The prerequisite of such a style is an empowering attitude, participative style of management, and an ability to translate errors, conflicts, and problems as learning opportunity. Thus, the HRD here provides a subtle feedback uh, to the top management and to initiate a change process. Next benefit is enhancement of HRD system. The HRD system has helped most of the organization in understanding the effectiveness of their HRD system and redesign the HRD systems. Next benefit is supplementary planning and cost effective training. One of the major benefit of HRD audit is that it answers the questions of return on investment made in training. The process of identifying training needs and utilization of training inputs and learning for organization growth and development are evaluated. Next benefit is that enhanced focus on human resource and human competencies. So one of the benefit of HRD audit is that to focus on new knowledge, attitude and skills required by the employees in the organization. Observations are made about the technical, managerial, human, conceptual competencies of the staff at various levels. This helps the organization to identify and focus sharply on competency requirement and gaps in the organization. Thank you.